So today we focus on the Michelson-Morley experiment. As you said, the Michelson-Morley experiment is to determine the velocity of light. Therefore, Michelson and Morley, what they did, they have taken a source, okay, and they are made to incident on the semi-silvered glass plate P. Source of light falls on the semi-silvered, means half painted. Semi-silvered inner is painted here. So that semi-silvered will, what happens? It reflects and makes move toward the mirror M1. So that after reflection from the mirror M1, the light reflects back. Okay, so that light will enter to the telescope T. Okay, as it is semi-silvered, a part of light is transferred. That light moves and hits to the mirror M2. And as it is mirror, the reflection of the light is also observed. Okay, so in this process, what happens again, from when it reaches the semi-silvered glass plate, again it goes to the telescope T. So I recall the process. Okay, so S is a source of light moves to the what? Semi-silvered glass plate, then a part is reflected and hits to the mirror M1, right? Then what happens? A part, as it is a half fainted, a part is moved towards and hits to the mirror M2, and after hitting reflection it comes. So here also after mirror M1, it comes back. Okay, so this is how the process is done. Okay, so this reflected is made here, and this one from the mirror M2, the light whatever reflection comes here, right? So this is a telescope setup we have done. Now there are two lights are entering into the telescope. During this process, what happens? Interference phenomena is going to occur. Interference, constructive, destructive phenomenon will occur. How does this interference, construction and destruction will occur? That depends on the path difference. This we know. That depends on the path difference. Of the path difference. That is if one of the wave is coming this way and another wave reflected from the mirror M1, if both the constructive is occurring, right? So that the the trough part and what you can call, and the two crusts. These crusts will give crust of one wave of mirror M1 if happens with the crust of mirror M2, which are entering here, right? So it gives a constructive interference pattern, and also crust of mirror M1 plus trough of mirror M2 gives you a destructive interference. So this is a concept we know. So this is how the setup is done. One is source is taken mirror M1, mirror M2, and plate half semi-silvered glass plate P and telescope T. Okay, and the point where it hits is named as a B. The point where the light is going to reflect is named as a B, and the point where the light is going to partially reflect and partially transfer, that is called as transmitted, and that is called as point P. Got it? And telescope is denoted by T. This source is a monochromatic light. Monochromatic light means the one light which always emits the same wavelength. As I said, when a source of light enters and wants to hit the point P. Remember, before this, the distance from the PB and the distance from the PM2, mirror M1 and mirror M1 and M2 must be constant from point P. This has to be distance has to be maintained. If you change the mirror M1, then the path difference we can rearrange. This is how the concept works. Now what happens? The moment source of light enters and wants to hit the point P. Now I am observing it from the other medium or other frame of reference. Imagine I am on the moon now. Source of light is coming from the moon. Now that this whole setup is on Earth. Now the moment the enters the light and wants to hit the point P, as the Earth is moving with the 30 km per second, the Earth may be displaced a little bit at the point P dash. Okay, got it? So as the Earth is moving, the source of light which enters may take or may be delayed because of the movement of the Earth toward imagine this side, right? Therefore P point hits at the P dash. Imagine as the movement of Earth occurred, this we have taken the P point, the light enters and hits to the point P dash. And also after reflection, what happens? The B will not be at the same time. The moment will occur. That is, therefore, mirror M1, I name it as M1 dash. Therefore, light reflection, the B dash is B, we treat it as B dash, and M1, mirror M1 is as it is moved toward this side. Therefore, M1 dash. The same thing, M2 dash has moved a little bit. Therefore, the whole setup, whichever with the red color we have indicated, that is because of the movement of the Earth occurred during the travel of the light. Okay, so this is a basic setup we have done. So keep in mind that the distance from the P to the M1 and M2 is a constant. And also the point mirror A, this is known to be A, and after a moment that is known to be A dash. So please note that the distance of PA is equal to PB, which we name it as a D. Okay, the distance of the PA is equal to PB, which we name it as D. Okay, and the ray reflected from P and moving transversely moving, it is the ray is moving transversely will strike the mirror, as I said, M1 and not at B but at B dash due to the motion of the Earth. If T be the time taken by the ray starting from the P to reach the mirror M1, then I write PB dash is equal to CT. What is C? It is a velocity of light which we treated from the other media with our ether media. Got it? So now CT I have written. Also what I write? Distance from the B to the B dash, I treat it as VT. What is a V? It is a velocity of the light at Earth. Got it? C means it is a light which is coming with from the source ether or from the media ether to the Earth. I name it as V. Now the total path of the ray until it comes back to the plate PB. What is that? That is total PB dash. From here the light hits to this point and it comes to that is PB dash. Can be given as, or it is equal to, or right, PB dash P dash comma, and PP dash is equal to what? P dash is equal to 2PC. Yes, 2PC. or I can write 2b dash. So this distance is also constant, this distance is, therefore pp dash I can be written as 2pc equal to 2bb dash. This is clear now. Now from the triangle p dash, from the triangle p dash can be written as pb dash plus b dash, right? So as it is both are equal, pb dash and b dash are equal, that I write it as I pb 2pb dash, right? Or this can be written as pb dash, can be written as using theorem Pythagoras, pb dash square equal to pc square plus cb dash square, right? pb dash square is equal to what? pc square plus cb dash square. Okay, so from the triangle pb dash c, from the triangle pb dash c we have written like this, right? Now what is a pb dash? Pb dash is nothing but it is a source of light, or it is a distance, that which I can write as a c square t square. What is pc square? What is pc square? It is a transfer, it is a movement of the earth from this point to this point, that I rewrite it as v square t square. Distance is nothing but what? Distance equal to what? It is a velocity into time. Therefore velocity into time I have written here. This is pb dash is nothing but distance moved, therefore that is also a velocity into time we have written, plus what is a cb dash? Cb dash is a, as we have given, pb equal to d. Okay, pb equal to z or p, therefore cb dash can be written as d only, therefore I write it as d square. Now mathematically we can write d square equal to what? c square minus v square into t square, or it can be written as t equal to d upon root c square minus v square, or this is nothing but d upon I take a c square outside, that will be c, therefore I can write v square minus c square. So that what happens here, imagine this will be c square minus v square, this is, if I take it out then again it will be c and gets cancelled. Therefore this is how the time of total path of the ray until it comes, that I rewrite again, that I can rewrite that a t equal to d upon c into 1 minus v square upon c square, root, instead of root 1 by 2, and it was in the denominator, I have taken it numerator, therefore minus 1 by 2. Got it? Now this can be, this expansion of this is nothing but 1 minus x raised to minus 1 by 2 can be written as, 1 plus x by 2 plus x by 2 whole square, like this. As it is a very smaller term for this, therefore what I write, only d by c into 1 plus v square upon 2c square upon 2c square, it is 2 into v square upon c square, plus remaining term will be very neglected, therefore I forget. Therefore what is the total time taken by the light to move pb dash to the p dash is this one, t equal to d by c 1 plus v square upon c. Now what I do, now we try another factor here. We have to focus another factor. This is what? Travel of a light, but the total time taken by the light is, if I treat it as a t1, total time taken by the light to travel the p b dash p dash. P b dash p dash is nothing but what? P b dash p dash is nothing but that I can rewrite as t1 equal to 2t, or it will be 2d upon c into 1 minus v square upon 1 plus v square upon 2c square. Is that right? Right. So why I have taken 2? The light is going to travel twice here, therefore twice of this. This whatever we studied is the p b dash c, but the whole p b dash p dash will be twice, therefore 2t I have written, and 2d upon this will occur, right? This equation will come. Now what we do? Now as part of light, a part of light, this is to the vertical. Now some of the light is after the semi-silver glass plate transfer, this light goes and hits to the mirror M2. A part of light is going to hit the M2, that we have to focus. That is a ray of light transmitted through P, that is through P it is going, right? So now what happens? M2. So as a ray of light is moving toward the C, therefore the M2 is moving away here, therefore Earth, so M2 mirror as it is moving this way, so whatever the velocity of the M2 mirror will be what? C minus V. Okay, ray of light is coming, this is also going away, therefore the M2 is nothing but what? It is a mirror which is located on the Earth, therefore so M2 mirror, velocity of the mirror M2 will be C minus V. Got it? Now what we are going to do? Got it? Now the time taken. Now this A dash after reflection the light is bouncing back or coming back. Therefore here what happens? After reflection the velocity of light will be c plus v after reflection, right? After reflection the velocity of light will be c plus v. That is when a light travels from A dash to the P dash, I can write, then velocity will be c plus v. This we know. Okay, now what we do? So when ray of light moving toward this direction, this is a c minus v. After a reflection it comes to the c plus v. This we know. Now if t2 is the time taken, to get back, to come back and hit the mirror P dash, that can be written as, that is t2 equal to d minus c minus v plus d upon c plus v. What is this? This is a moment, this is a ray of light which is traveling toward this way, mirror, and after reflection this can be written as, okay, this is the total time taken to travel a ray of light from the point P dash to the A dash, that is, okay. Therefore as PA is equal to PA dash, that is a D, therefore I have written D itself same. This I can rewrite T2 equal to D upon C plus V plus D into C minus V upon C square minus V square. LCM, a kind of, it is a LCM, we have taken it. Now what I do, again I rewrite it, so the DC, this step will be DC plus dV plus DC minus dV upon C square minus V square, right? So what happens here? So dV gets cancelled, therefore it is 2DC upon C square minus V square, or this I can write 2D upon C into 1 minus V square upon C square. as it is in denominator, I write it as minus 1. And this form, when we expand this form, we get that 2d upon c into 1 plus v square upon c square. Right? So because the expansion of the 1 minus 1 is equal to 1 plus x square upon 2 factorial plus the same thing. Right? So this is how we have done. Now, hence the path difference, hence what is the difference happened here from this m1 to the m1 dash, that can be written as the difference between the times of travel of longitudinal and transverse ray is longitudinal and transverse ray is T2 minus T1. If you differentiate this T2 minus T1, we will get what is the difference between the times of travel. That is, I write it into the, that is to find T2 minus T1, which is nothing but T2 was what? T2 formula was 2d upon c into 1 plus v square by c square. This we were knowing. Minus T1 was, it is P dash, that is nothing but minus 2d upon c into 1 plus v square upon 2c square. Right? This mathematical we know. Right? Now what we do? After doing simple mathematics, what happens? 2d upon c plus 1 plus v square upon c square minus 1 minus v square upon 2c square. What we did? We have taken a common of 2d upon c, and remaining term will be what? 1 will get cancelled, right? Also the remaining term I can write 2d upon c into v square upon 2c square, because one c and another c will be what? Subtracted. It is a 2c square. It is just like 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2b minus 1 by b will be the same 1 by b. Therefore this is remaining term. Got it? Now taking this, how do you find out the optical path difference? As path difference we know that can be found delta equal to c by lambda into T2 minus T1, that is phase difference into change in the time. Right? So path difference delta equal to c by lambda into T2 minus T1. What we got? C by lambda into T2 minus T1 was 2d upon c into v square upon 2c square. What will be the remaining term? C will get cancelled. So that 2 will get cancelled. What will be the remaining term? Remaining term will be dv square upon c square into lambda. I can write upon lambda. Right? So where lambda is being what? Wavelength of the monochromatic source used, or wavelength of the light used. Therefore this is nothing but it is displacement. Please remember, this is a displacement in the interference fringe, that is 2d v square upon c square. Okay, so the displacement can be given as this. If another factor is apparatus is turned through 90 degree, then the equation will be minus dv square upon c square lambda. So the negative symbol indicates the velocity of light is invariant and remains constant in all direction. Got it? The negative symbol indicates the velocity of light is invariant and remains constant in all direction. This is what the derivation of the Michelson-Morley experiment. So I recall all the things. First we have taken a source of light, then made to hit the semi-silvered glass plate, then it goes to the point B, then again it hits to the mirror M2, here M1. So but as the motion of the earth takes place, therefore the moment it hits to the P, the certain has been moved, that is certain mirror will be move to the M1 to the M1 dash and the M2 to the M2 dash. A part of ray of light hits here and meets the point here, and a part of ray of light silver which is transmitted hits to the mirror M2 and reflected back. And what we did, we found first only to the PB dash PB dash B dash, and we found that after doing the certain mathematical calculation, we found time is t equal to 2d, as it is traveling twice, therefore it is 2d upon c 1 plus v square by c square. Then what we did, we taken what is here horizontal, it is going and reflecting back. For that what we did, we have taken this equation t2 and we found 2d upon c 1 minus v square upon 1 plus v square upon c square, this equation. After, as our path difference we can find out, that is delta c by lambda t2 minus t1 we had calculated here for mathematical simplification, right? So this we have used for the path difference and we got dv square upon c square lambda, right? So and displacement in the interference fringe which we got is a 2dv square upon c square, and the negative symbol which is when apparatus is turned 90 degree, this negative symbol is nothing but velocity of light which is invariant and remains constant, indicates, right? Thank you.